This is Greg Troutwine with Offshore Engineer TV. We're here today with Justin Alexanderson, the CEO of Neodrill. And first and foremost, Justin, many thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
So Justin, we're here today to talk about your conductor technology. To start things off, can you explain what conductor technology is?
Yeah, simply explained, it's a pre-rig well foundation. So meaning that we can install the conductor with the boat, and when the rig arrives, it's all ready to go ahead and drill and spud the well.
Justin, I understand an LCA study from Asplin Black found that conductor technology reduces environmental impact by up to 44%. How is that possible?
Well, that is correct. It's a direct comparison that we did for a Siccar Point well on the Cambo field. So the results from the study was a direct comparison between doing it conventionally and using the conductor. And by using the conductor, you avoid, of course, drilling and cementing the well, which is normally a long conductor. And using the conductor technology, you only use one length of a conductor, and you get a very high bearing capacity of the well. So the well foundation is very strong, stronger than you normally will get with a conductor. And also you have an opportunity then to manage fatigue life of the system as well.
Conductor technology has been under development since 2006, I believe. What are the other benefits to the system?
Well, you have the strength of the system and you have the cost. So by using the conductor, you typically save 2 to 4 rig days, which is typically you have a significant cost savings as well. And also you have the environmental benefit of the 32% less CO2 emission, and the technical capabilities of the system. And also, of course, you avoid the handling on the rig and logistics of the largest tubulars that normally a rig handle, which is the conductor. So it's a safety aspect to it, it's a cost aspect to it, and also an environmental aspect to it, benefits for using the can.
Okay, so saving time, money, and increasing safety and helping the environment must be very popular, particularly today.
Yes, very. I would say we see that the market react to our recent study publishing, and we see that we get a lot of more traction because of it, actually.
We're now with Colin Higgins, the well manager of Siccar Point Energy. And Collins, first and foremost, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for the opportunity to talk about this. We think it's quite an important step change technology, and those are pretty rare in the drilling business, where we actually change what we do rather than trying to incrementally improve how we do things.
So we understand that Siccar Point used the conductor technology recently in the Cambo field in 2018. Can you briefly explain that project and the benefits that you found?
Certainly. It was our first well, actually, that Siccar Point had drilled as license operator in the UK. And we feel that west of Shetland, the risks and challenges are quite large, and 1,100 meters of water on the North Atlantic margin. We wanted to narrow the scope of the program as much as possible to make it straightforward as we could. And the conductor really gave us an opportunity to do that. It eliminates the top hole section drilling entirely, so we deployed the can before the rig turned up. We save a lot of time, around 4 days of rig time. When we arrive at the rig, we go straight to work rather than engage in quite a complicated civil construction project at the seabed, in drilling big hole and cementing large casings and so on. It means we can get on. The rig is able to do what it was designed to do, which is drill and run casing and run completions and so on. So it really helped us a lot. It gives a flying start into the program. We feel it's a safer solution than running those big, another 30-inch tubulars, very heavy and awkward to handle, and big BHAs as well. So it's a safer solution, has an environmental benefit. I think there's a recent study that's been done in Norway by an independent consultancy which shows It has a 25 to 45% lower environmental impact than the conventional method, and this was based on our Cambo appraisal well last year. So that was actually the model for that calculation. We can run the cans, it's completely independent of the rig, so we can run the cans in the summer when the weather's good out there. It gives us better operability for our high-spec module, a mobile offshore drilling unit. It means that we can use that for the things it was designed for, and we're not doing kind of I say dumb iron construction work in the summer. So we're doing things that are more weather sensitive at the right time. Yeah, it's a real. I say these step changes are very few and far between in the industry. So it's been quite exciting to be involved in something like this.
Okay. Well, this might seem like an obvious question, but given your experience on this project, do you anticipate using it perhaps in the future?
We certainly do. I guess it's quite exciting. We've just announced a conductor optimization study that we're performing with Neodrill, and we will. The intention is to use the can for the rest of the Cambo development. The first phase of the development is 13 wells. So the well we drilled last year plus an additional 12 wells, and they're all planned to be drilled using the conductor top hole method. We're also going further, and we're going to run an evolution of that, which is, I guess, can integrator. So we run the cans with an integrated flow base, so that for the production wells we'll be able to run the Christmas trees on wire, and they'll be oriented correctly for the subsea part. So it means all the lines will be coming out the right side to go to the manifolds and so on. So it's so that we're actually trying to solve things in the well engineering space that sometimes are left as to be subsea challenges, if you like.
Well, Colin, obviously we're in a very cost-conscious time with the industry. Can you expand on some of the cost benefits of using the conductor technology?
Certainly. There was a period in the industry where we couldn't really talk about costs because it was, if you want to reduce costs, somehow there was a perception that you increase risk. As I said, this method is inherently safer than doing it conventionally. So we don't have to concern ourselves with that. So the costs are very much related to the installation cost. Is about half the cost of running a conductor. For our project, because we're going to be running a considerable number of cans, we intend to do them in batches. We'd like to do them as a 6-pack, but we'll probably end up doing them as batches of 3 cans, which reduces our cost dramatically. We think we're going to be saving between £1 and £2 million per well by using the conductor technology. So in the region of, £20 million over the Cambo Phase 1 project.
Justin, obviously you have a fan in Siccar Point Energy on the conductor technology. Where do you see future opportunities for it?
Well, I see future opportunities both in the UK and Norwegian North Sea and also the rest of the world. So we are expanding now with the representation in Houston. We are looking at representation in Rio in Brazil. We have representation in Australia and in China, and also the Asian market is a place where we will look for representation in the time to come.
Okay. True global coverage.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to achieve. We see that we get a lot of requests from all over the world, and we see that this is the time, I think, for this type of technology to be rolled out, so to speak, worldwide.
Okay, good. This is Greg Troutwine with Offshore Engineer TV.